everybody. This is story time with Jeff. So, tonight I want to tell you all the story of the Dead Sea Ox. Now I know I don't have great lighting right now. I know. I can lean forward sort of and that might help, but I kind of doubt it so much. So just chill with me, alright? Just chill, alright? We're alright. Yeah, I got beer, and tonight I want to tell the story of the Dead Sea Ox. So, um, now the Dead Sea is located in the Middle East. Now this is a story. Okay, this is not direct soul knowledge or anything like that. This is a story, and so it's kind of compiled together from different things like what I think about things, what I understand, what I've seen, and the legends or the stories that are already there. So this is a story, and this is a story about the Dead Sea Ox. All right, good. So the dead the Dead Sea has a lot of different sinkholes around it. There are sinkholes around it, as if there's something going around it, making holes. And there's sinkholes, and it's like the Dead Sea will probably be devoured by these. Well, there's a lot of different factors. It's not just the sinkholes, but there's a lot of different things going on, and so the sinkholes are a part of it. It's as if there's like an ox roaming around the Dead Sea, making sinkholes everywhere, playing his part to destroy the Dead Sea. So this is the story of the Dead Sea Ox. So the Dead Sea um used to be a place where the Greys intruded upon the earth with their biology. So the Greys decided, in their wisdom, that it was the genetics, the biology that they put here, their DNA that they infused into Earth, that was causing a knowing about them. So they figured that it was like some sort of genetic understanding that was causing people to become aware of their species, um, and where they've been and who they were. So they figured that. So they wanted. So they had biological spots on the earth where they infested the earth. Okay. So then the Dead Sea is about that. No, we don't need that. So what they did was they obliterated it, and that was where the Garden of Eden was the Dead Sea. Now this is different than like Noah's Noah's Ark, where a dove came down from Mount Ararat with an olive branch as an offering of, okay, fuck, you're gonna do that, fine. I'm just gonna chill out and you can stay. And so that's what the dove is about. Fuck, I don't want to deal with that shit. Here, just fuck. I can't deal with this. I need to be all right. And so that's a way for Earth itself to say, yeah, fine, you can stay. And that's like a dove. They don't have much other choice because they're gonna die if they don't. So they want to live. So here's an olive branch. So, but the Greys had that capacity, and that's what they did. So yeah, so there's the Dead Sea, current day, but that used to be the Garden of Eden, as in our stories. Okay. So the Dead Sea ox is from the former stories. So let's just continue on. Okay. So, you've all, I'm sure you've all heard the stories of the Garden of Eden, where there was an Adam and there was an Eve, or so. Yeah. Okay. So, so now here's the story, though. So, Adam was with one of his fellows. Now this is before they were Homo sapiens. This is when they were more like Homo erectus, and not really Homo sapien like today, because we are Homo sapiens. Now, this was when we were Homo erectus and not Homo sapiens all the way. So Homo sapiens were starting to come out, so but not yet all the way. So we were more hairy, and fire was just coming around. So this is around that time. So in this particular time frame, the Garden of Eden would have been what's there, not the Dead Sea. This was so anyway. So Atom is going along with one of his friends. So there no so in the so now the Bible has one Genesis, but there's apocrypha that talk about. So this is things that are not in the canon of the Bible. So these are stories that are a little bit not accepted as biblical. So there's a canon, and so Genesis has a whole lot to it. And so Adam and Eve, where are you gonna put that? Before Genesis, but then Genesis has something about Adam and Eve. You put it after Genesis, which then there's like Adam and Eve after Genesis, but it's like so there's a lot to the story of Adam and Eve that's not in the Bible, and a part of the Apocrypha is a story of Adam and Eve, and so but this is not a part of the canon or the proper Bible, but it doesn't really match sequentially the whole thing. So it's just like not what we're gonna do is what they decided, and I don't know when these councils took place. There's a few different biblical councils, and they take place in like 600, 800, something like that AD, where they decide. There's a big council, and they decide what books go into the Bible itself, and that's the canon. Okay, so but yeah, then there's Apocrypha, which is sort of like not in the canon, but it's like they could have, they just did not for one reason or another, and they would discuss it, and they would think about it, and they're like, no, let's not, no, because this one does that, let's not, and it's like, so it's like, so it's like this, so the story of Adam and Eve, the whole thing is like Apocrypha, not in the canon of the Bible. So yeah. Anyway. So this what I'm telling you is the story of the Dead Sea ox. Okay, so this is a little bit. This is a story. This is a legend. This is not biblical. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's not proper. Um, but if you know, you might get me on this. I'm not a Bible fan. Okay, good. So, but I still have a lot of knowledge and understanding about it. But yeah. But anyway, okay, I'll just chill out. Just chill out. This is a story. So Atom was moving around one day, as Homo erectuses do, and they had a group, and so he was with at the time one of his friends. And we'll call them Lil One, because in the story of Adam and Eve, there's a Lilith, there's an Eve, there's more than one. So we'll call them Lil. We'll call them Lil. So Atom and Lil were walking around in the Garden of Eden, and there was a no trees and bushes change as Homo erectuses move across the earth in great swaths of land, great swaths of land. You know, the trees will change, the foliage, the bushes, the animals will change as they walk across the land. That is the way of the Homo erectus. Now, there's a Garden of Eden where the Greys had a foothold biologically on Earth. And so one day, Atom and Lil were walking along, and they discovered this sort of new foliage, new trees. And so they decided to chill out there. And they found some fruit that was on a tree, and they decided to eat it. And when they took that food into them, their consciousness changed. Their consciousness changed. So they took the fruit into their consciousness, and they started thinking a little bit differently than normal. So this is at the Garden of Eden, which was where the Dead Sea is now. Okay, so then it's like they saw a gray. But back then it's a little bit different. You don't say it like that. You don't say it like that back then. So there was a gray, and it's like, hi, I'm a gray, and check this out. I have a flying ship, and there's a flying ship, and it's like, what the fuck? That's fucking that that's fucking awesome. You have a flying ship? And it's like, yeah, they have a flying ship. And it's like, yeah, and you shoot lasers and stuff. And but as the consciousness took over into their system, Atom and Lil or Eve. I mean, because there's a blurriness. There's a blurriness, and there's a blurriness. There's more than one, and it's like there's a blurriness here, and so well, whatever. All right. So anyway, this is a story. What I'm telling you is a story, not direct knowledge. Okay? It's a story. Alright. So they eat this fruit, and then it's affecting their consciousness. And they're like, this there's something that's not right. There's something that's not right. And it's like this feeling is sort of, it's just not, it's not right. And it's like, then they saw the gray, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm, God, or, Zeus, or whatever name they say. It's not about the name. It's not about the name. And then it's like, Yahweh, or whatever, It's like, so there's that one, and then it's like, you need to follow what I say. And then if they don't do what that gray says, then they'll get tasered. They'll get tasered. So so it's that. So what you're supposed to do now what you're supposed to do is what they say. So if they say you will only be with Lil, and that's it. And if you ever do anything else, you will be tasered again and again and again, because that is not how you are to be. And so, freedom has many ways. Freedom has many ways. But then they're like, so Atom went and did that thing that he was not supposed to do. And so then the gray said, no, that's not how you do that. So you will be tasered again and again and again until you do not do that. And so that's the thing, is that you're not to do that. And so, but that's what you should not do. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do things like that. And then time went on, and Eve was standing there with Adam, and a river. There's a river, and then like they said, you stand in that river, because you did that thing again, and you are bad, and you are to be tasered again and again, and you are to stand in that river, and if you leave that river, Earth itself will suffer, and that is a thing. So why don't you stand in that river, and you get exactly what I'm saying. Just do that, cause that's just the way it's gonna be. So it's like stand in the river, and so that's what you're to do, and Earth itself is going to survive. So stand in the fucking river. That's all. That's all I know. And so then Atom is standing there in the river, and then down the river is Lil or Eve, probably Eve. See, I don't remember how this all works because this is a story. This is not direct soul knowledge. This is a story. This is a story. This is a story. This is a story. So yeah. So where was I? So then, Eve or Lil, her hears, sees, because a gray appears to them, and it's not the same one. It's not the same one. And they say, you can go chill out over there. You don't have to do this actually. Okay, so they go stand over there. Well, Atom is standing there for days. Now you think like for like a month of standing in a river. So I'm like, so how can human possibly do that? They have to sleep. But you hear of people who are able to do that. So who are able to sleep standing up. So it's possible. But either way, they have to stay in the river, and if they don't, Earth itself will die. So they have to do that. And so there's human consciousness, and there is something wrong. Keep that in mind. There is something wrong. And so that something wrong is saying you need to stand there in that river for a month. And so it's like, how am I going to stand there and, not fall asleep? Well, it's possible. Okay? So yeah, you're a human. That's what I'm trying to say. You're human, and it's possible. So you will stand there in the river for 30 days and 30 nights, or however it works. And because that's where we were as Homo erectus, and so that's what we had to do. And so, yeah. So, anyway. So Eve or Lilith, I don't know how this works. And so one of them heard Lucifer or Satan talking to them, and it's like they were gray, so therefore it was full of light, and so therefore it means that's what you do. And it said you can just chill out. And so then Adam goes around, he sees Eve, and he's like, what? What the fuck are you doing? Earth itself needs to be alright. Get back in the fucking river. Get back in the fucking river. What the fuck are you fucking doing? This is not what you need to get back in that river. Why the fuck are you not moving? And then they're like, well, Lucifer told me that I don't actually have to. And then Adam's like, no, you need, you need to move back into that river for the whole 30 days. Because that's what that one said to do. And you have to. And so it's like, so that's the story. That's the story of Adam and Eve. Now, the story I'm telling you is about the story of the Dead Sea Ox. So, what I'm trying to say is that was not a nice place for either one of them. For either one of them, and who knows what the fuck is going on, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, who knows what's going on anyway? This is a story. So, this is the story of the Dead Sea Ox, actually. So, now, now, some years later, in human history, there was Mark Antony, who was a Roman, and then there was Cleopatra, who was an Egyptian, and they had a romance that was very famous. I understand. They had a very famous romance, Mark Antony and Cleopatra. So, anyway, so the story goes. Cleopatra, probably an heir of Eve or Lilith or something like that, I don't know, asked Mark Antony, probably a descendant of Adam, or Atom, would be my guess. But yeah, so Cleopatra asked Mark Antony to slay. Can you please just slay the Dead Sea? Can you kill the Dead Sea for me, please? That's what she asked him. She asked him to slay the Dead Sea. But yeah. So, now this is fast forwarded to today. So now there's a Dead Sea Ox, and now there's sinkholes that are developing around the Dead Sea, and there's a science behind it. There's like things going on underneath, so that when it's like there's things going on underneath, so that these sinkholes happen. These sinkholes develop, so there's holes. Yeah. So, but that's the story. Is that the Dead Sea Ox is the reincarnation of Atom's spirit, and he is trolloping, or how you say, walking around the Dead Sea with his big, heavy hooves, creating sinkholes around the Dead Sea, so that one day the Dead Sea may indeed be slain. But yeah, so that see that is not gonna be for a while. And they have projects. They have projects to save. They have projects to save the Dead Sea. But even so, the spirit of Atum roams the Dead Sea in the form of an invisible ox, creating sinkholes around the Dead Sea, so that one day it may eventually be destroyed. And that is the story. That is the story of the Dead Sea Ox. And now you may not ever actually see him if you were to visit the Dead Sea. But that's because he knows how to be invisible. He can do that actually, and he'll roam. See, because spirit's different than real life, and the Dead Sea Ox roams the Dead Sea, leaving his hoof prints as he walks around the Dead Sea until it is fucking dead. And that is what he will do um, until it's dead. So, but he's connected. He's connected with Earth itself. He's very much a part of the Earth itself. And so there might be projects to restore the Dead Sea, but maybe they'll win out. Maybe they'll win out. Maybe those projects to save the Dead Sea will figure out a way. Uh, how do I say it? Yeah, maybe they will. That'd be after I die, probably. So, yeah. What's real? I don't know. Either way, this is Earth, and I love this place. And that now you know. Now you know. Now you know the story of the Dead Sea Ox. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.